data types. Okay. So summary points, what the data type, why data type, we have discussed. We need to discuss, explain why do we have 8 primitive data types and 7 reference data types completed. Now you need to understand today explanation on each data type, comparison with C language, and then we should finalize summary chart on data types name, size, range, and default value. When should we use data type? So these points following by we'll enter into programming part. Okay. So all you people, I hope remember, data type is used for creating variables, creating objects. Okay. Data types are used for creating variables and creating objects. If you want to store single value, we use primitive data type variable. We want to store multiple values, we use array object. To store multiple values of different type, we use class object. Okay. Before going for programming, before entering into programming, I want to have detailed understanding on each data type. Okay, let us go back to our hierarchy diagram. Yeah, data types hierarchy diagram. No idea, Mr. Hemanand. You have to talk to Hari Krishna sir. Attend demo class and you can chat with him. So I don't know about GRE syllabus. You can check with him. Okay, now this is the hierarchy. Now first you need to understand about byte, short, int, long. When to use byte, when to use short, when to use int, when to use long. Okay, so try to observe. If you want to store integer values, I want to store integer values. To store integer value, what data type I must use? Either byte or short or int or long. Any of the 4 data types we can use. Okay. Byte, short, int, long data types will use it for storing integers. Then among these 4 data types, which one is the what do you call main data type? When there are multiple people are there will be a leader. Na? Cricket team is a group of 11 people. Then for task purpose, taking decisions purpose, taking credit, taking problem, 11 people are not affecting. These 11 people have one common person, default person to talk. He's called Mr. Captain. Right? Huh? So to take the proper decisions, we need a captain among the group. So who is the captain? So among the byte, short, int, long data types, the captain is int. That means every integer number is by default considered as int type. For example, in a program, I have written 10. Let's say system.out.println 10. Then 10 is considered as a what type? Int. Okay. Next, if you let's say if you write m1 of 10, 10 is considered by compiler as what? Int. 10 is a integer and compiler consider that int as a what? Consider that value 10 as what? Int type. Let me show you that point. Okay. Now I'm trying to write some program here. Please try to observe. I'm writing a program called, we are writing so many classes, so many test programs. So I'm writing test01, copy, save. First program I am writing now on data type chapter, first program. So go to your folder and the data types folder. Here in data types we are learning 4 sections. First section is data types, variables, arrays, and class object. This is the first section we are trying to deal. Then also we are learning why it is coming desktop. Also we are learning second topic, we are learning literals, types of literals, Java 7 new features. Next we are learning third one, type conversion, casting and promotion. And fourth topic you are learning character set. Character set, we have two character sets, ASCII and Unicode. Okay, so these are the four sections we have to learn in this chapter. Let's move to first topic, data types. I'm trying to understand first program. Many programs we are writing, so I'm taking first program, test 0. Right. So inside main method, I want to store value. To perform any calculation, I need to store value. I'm writing value 10 directly. Can I write value 10 directly? No. Compiler will throw error. What is the meaning of 10? It's not a statement. Right. Then you want to store value first. To store value, I need a variable. I'm taking a assignment operator. Variable name is a, assignment operator is 10. It is not Java, it is mathematics. In mathematics, if you want to store value, you are assigning the value to a variable like this, right? And in mathematics, your math teacher might told you, a is called variable, 10 is called value. Okay, and then is it compiled? In maths it's compiled, because in maths we do not have different type of values, but in Java we have different type of values, different range of values. So compiler will throw error. Babu, for that a, I need to allocate memory. If it is a maths, you simply writing a box. Then on your paper you are writing a box and writing value 10. So, but what is the meaning of that a memory? Memory means occupy some bytes of memory from the RAM. So now, how can what type of memory, how many bytes of memory you didn't tell? So compiler throwing error. Cannot find symbol, variable a. If it is a Python language, you no need to write a data type. Python compiler will assume a is of type int based on the value 10. Based on the value assigned, it is considered as a int. So, but in Java, you must assign the type to the a. So now I am trying to use the data type, what? Int a equal to 10. Now program compiled successfully. So if you wanted to store a value, you must create a variable. To create the variable, you must use a data type. Why should I use a data type? To specify the type of the memory and size of the memory, range of the memory. Type of the memory, size of the memory, range of the memory. To specify, I need data type. Okay, fine. Then next, I want to store some floating point value. Floating point value to store, you must use a data type called what? Double t1 equal to some 10.5. Okay. Then next, I want to store, I wanted to store some character. So I should use char ch equal to some single quote a. I want to store some true value, boolean bo equal to true or false, I should write. And next, I want to store my name or some alphanumeric number. Then you must use a string s1 equal to double quote, sorry. Can you please tell me, now this string is a data type. Look at there, int, double, char, all these are what? Data types. These are meant for what? Creating variables, right? So now, before variable name, whatever you write there, it is considered as a data type. Before variable name, anything you write, it is considered as a data type. So tell me now, here, string is a data type. Anybody can guess and tell me, is string a keyword? Is a string a keyword? No. Why? It is not a keyword. Why? Because the keywords are how many? 8. In the 8 keywords list, string is not a keyword. What the definition we have learned? A data type, a keyword is a data type. It is used for creating variables and methods, for storing single value and multiple values as a group, right? All data types are not keywords. Okay, some of the data types are not keywords. They are class names. A keyword or a class name which is used for creating variable and objects for storing single and multiple values is called what? Data type. A small correction to the definition. So right, again repeating. So int is a keyword, double is a keyword, carry is a keyword, boolean is a keyword, nothing but all these 8 primitive data types are keywords, but string is not a keyword. Why? Array, string is meant for storing multiple characters na. To store multiple characters, what I required? Referenced data type required. Here string is a referenced data type, which is a class name. All right, so now this string s1 equal Hari is a, what do you call, a data type. Okay, fine, variable. Now I am taking another one. If you remember pan card number is what? It's alphanumeric number. Or bike number is what? Alphanumeric number. If you want to store 123 abc at the rate hash, okay, some alphanumeric number if you want to store, then you must use what? String. So remember these points. So now finally, first program we understood what is the syntax for creating variable by using data type. Directly, literally cannot store. Directly you cannot assign value to a variable. First you should create the variable and then you should assign the value. So for creating variable and assign the value, what type you want to store, that type of variables you have to take. Fine. So then I'm moving to the next point. Now here I wanted to prove how many data types we have. We have several data type. Keywords are there: byte, short, int, long. So these 4 data types are used for storing integers. Among them, what is the default data type? I want to understand. Test 02 program. Right here I am trying to write a value called 10 here. To store 10 I need a variable. I am taking a variable called a. Then if I write int, no compile time error. This means int 10 is the default. 10 default data type is int. But I want to ask a compiler. Compiler, please tell me 10 is of what type? I have 4 data types are there. So among these 4 data types, 10 is of type int, long, byte, short. What type? Please tell me. For that purpose, don't take int, because look at here. If I write byte, also allowed. If I write short, also allowed. If I write int, also allowed. Okay, if I write long, also allowed. Okay, A, B, C. I'm taking variable names. Any names you can take. A, B, C, D variables I take. You take any of the 4 data types to create variables to store the value 10 integer. Compile successfully, because any of the four data types are used for storing integer. But I want to know what the default data type. To know default data type, use some wrong data type. Okay, use some wrong data type. Int bo1, okay, int bo1 boolean 1 equal to 10 you assign. Then compiler throw error, because b1 variable of type boolean, it is meant for storing true or false, not meant for storing 10. Then definitely compiler will respond to you. So let's see how it is responding to me. Incompatible types, int cannot be converted to boolean. Look at that, compiler clearly throwing error. Babu, by default 10 is of what type? 10 is of what type? Int. So you cannot convert it to boolean. It is clearly throwing error. So now I am commenting this statement. Is it clear point? His point is clear. So I am proving practically 10 is of what type? Int. So simple. If you take a team, if you take a group, definitely there should be a leader. If you take state, there are so many MLAs are there. So many ministers are there. Who is the main person to talk if any decisions to take related to a state? You have to go and talk to CM, chief minister, right? So the chief minister in Java, these are all the MLAs. Among them, the main chief minister is what? Int. Okay, if you take so many MPs, among all these MPs, now who is the main MP to talk related to country? PM, prime minister. So int is the prime minister, int is the chief minister. Is it clear to it? Now our class, some decision has to take. Okay, there are so many students and faculties are there. Okay, student and faculty is there. Then who is responsible to take the main decision about our class? I am main person to take the decision about class. So I am the int. I am the default person to take the decisions, right? So finally, this is the basic idea you need to understand. So now try to answer now. Byte, short, int, long data types will use it for storing integers. By default, every integer number is of int type. It means if you use any integer number in a program, compiler and JVM will consider this number as a true. Sorry, we'll consider this number as a int type. To prove this point, I have taken two test cases. First one, okay, I have assigned the value 10 to all four data types accepted. So integer can be stored by using any of these four data types. To prove that the main data type is int, default data type is int, then I have taken boolean variable. So now compiler throwing error comment. Another way also we can prove, I am calling a method by passing 10. It is a overloaded method. You people know what the meaning of overloading. Static void m1 open bracket closed bracket. I am defining four methods here with the same name with the different parameters. Byte, short, int, and then long. So byte b1, short s1, int i1. You can take same variable names, same parameter names, or you can change the parameter names, your wish. Okay, long L1. And here I am displaying a message, system.out.println double quotes byte param method. And here I am displaying message short param method. Just we wanted to know when I call this method, which parameter method executed, we want to know. Int parameter and long parameter method. Control 1, compile. Okay, then what is our guess? Which parameter method executed? 10 is of what type? Int. If I use any integer number in a program, compiler and JVM will consider this number as a int type. So 10 is of what type? Int. Then which parameter method should execute? Int parameter method executed. Int param method. So I have proved it. We have four data types for storing integers. Among them, int is the default data type. It means if you take a value in a program, by default it is considered as a int. To prove this point, I have taken case 1, assigned 10 to boolean variable, compiler throwing error with information, int cannot be converted to boolean. Second test case, I have overloaded methods and then I passed 10 as an argument. Compiler and JVM consider 10 as a int parameter method executed. Can I hope all the people understand? Then next question. So okay sir, now int is there. Then how can I represent this 10 as a short type, this 10 as a byte type, this 10 as a long type? By passing this 10, how can I execute byte, short, long parameter methods? That's the question number 1. Question number 2, in what situations I must use byte, short, and long parameter methods? Okay, we will discuss that point later. Byte, short, long parameters, when to use, we'll discuss as a second point. First, I want you understand, how can I represent 10 as a int? Already I represented. Okay, tell me, if I assign a 10 to byte variable, then 10 is of what type now? Byte. If I assign 10 to short variable, 10 is of what type? Short. If I assign 10 to long variable, 10 is of what type? Long type. Now observe now, how can we convert a int number as a byte, short, long type? 10 is of by default what type? 10 is by default int type. Now you need to convert into another type. For example, initially Dhoni is just a wicket keeper. Now we have promoting that wicket keeper to captain. Okay, now, right? Initially Rohit Sharma is a middle order batsman. We promoted middle order batsman to opener. So we need to promote, we need to convert, right? For that, I have to take a variable byte b1 equal to 10. I have to take a variable short s1 equal to 10. I have to take a variable called what? Long l1 equal to 10. Okay, right. If I assign like this, then what happened? M1 of b1 below b1 is a what type? Byte. The moment when I assign 10 to b1, now the value of type int converted to byte, and control is, the value 10 is coming out of this b1 as what type? Byte type. Here also 10 only will be placed, but the 10 is a what type? Byte type. Then control 1, compile. and control to execute. Look at there, which parameter method executed? Byte parameter method. So next tell me, I want to convert 10 as a short type. What to do? With the value 10, I want to execute short parameter method. Now this 10 you must assign to the short variable, and as an argument you must use s1. So then compiler will consider m1 of s type is what? Short type, because you told 10 is coming as what type? Short type. Then short parameter method is executed. The next m1 of l1, now long parameter method is executed. So in a project, how can we convert the default type 10 to, default type int to other integer type byte short long? For that purpose we have several approaches. Several and how many? Infinite number. We have 3 approaches. This is approach number 1, variable assignment. By using variable assignment you have to convert. Okay, the next, what is the next approach? Very simple. Second approach is by using cast operator. Approach number 2, by using cast operator. What the meaning of cast operator? m1 of, directly you write 10, no need of any variable, directly use 10, and before this 10 mention parenthesis, round bracket. Okay, mention round bracket. In between you write the data type. Which data type you want to convert this 10 to? Which data type? That data type you write here. Then 10 is converted to byte, and 10 is giving as a byte type to m1 method. Then below, which parameter method is executed now? One line gap I am taking for you to see the difference in output. Byte parameter method is executed. Control 1, control 2, byte parameter method. So next, now I want to convert 10 to which type? Short. Now write short parameter method. Okay, so look at the short parameter method executed. Next, you take long here, long parameter method is executed. Control 1, control 2, long parameter method. Everyone understand? Right. So then we have one more approach is there, that is with suffix letter, with a suffix character. Okay, one more approach is there, approach number 3, with suffix character. Suffix character. What the meaning of suffix character? Observe now. Now in place of cast operator, I want to convert 10 to long. You can write suffix with capital L. Okay, suffix with capital L. Control 1 compile, control 2. Look at there, which parameter method executed now? Long parameter. I can use either capital L or you can use what? Small l. Small l also I can use. Now long parameter method executed 2 times. But carefully observe, here it's looking like a 101. Okay, if you not focusly looking at, if you're not concentrated, just look, if you see that number, you may read it as a 101. That's why small l is not recommended to use, only capital L is recommended to use. Okay, now tell me, like a suffix character capital L and small l, can I use m1 of, can I use 10s, 10 small s or capital S to convert the integer number from int to short type? Can I use suffix character capital S or small s? No, not allowed. Compiler will throw error. So there is no option for short data type to convert the integer to short by using suffix characters. Same way, can I use m1 of 10b or 10b? Okay, so now can we convert to byte and byte? No, not possible. Okay, look at their compiler throwing error. So tell me, how many ways we can convert a integer number from int type to byte or short type? Only in 2 ways, by using variable assignment or by using cast operator. Approach number 1, by using assignment operator. Number 2, by using cast operator. Okay, whereas long, you can convert the integer to long type in 3 ways, by using variable assignment, by using cast operator, or even by using what? Suffix character also you can use. Any of the 3 approaches you can do that. And now read that point. If you want to represent integer number as a byte, short, long type, we must write some explicit code in below 3 approaches. by using variable assignment, by using cast operator, by using suffix character. To represent integer number as a byte or short type value, we can use either variable assignment or cast operator. But we cannot use, but we don't have suffix character for byte and short types. For example, 5 is by default int type. Byte be equal to 5, byte of 5. Here 5 is considered as a byte type. Next, now short s1 equal to 5, short of s. Here 5 is considered as a short type value. To represent int type value as a long type, we can use all three approaches, either variable assignment or cast operator or suffix character. For example, long L1 equal to 5, long of 5. Even you can also write 5VL. Here 5 is of long type. Can you please, did you understand all the points? Can you please convince? Now the question, why this suffix character not supporting to byte? Why suffix character short not supporting to short? Why only L given? We will discuss. Okay, I will give you that point. Okay, before going to the more discussion, I have one question here. Please understand. What is the difference between, what is the difference in assignment or cast operators? Assignment or cast operator and suffix letter, suffix character or suffix letter. Is there any difference? Assignment operator, cast operator and suffix character. Observe, assignment operator, cast operator, no difference. Okay, storing without storing, that's it. These two are doing the same work, no difference. But is there any meaning? Suffix character difference is there? Yes. Carefully observe. If you understand this coming 5 minutes discussion, then the one horrible point you can understand. Otherwise, you will cry like anything. Okay, there is a one horrible point is there. This point you can understand only if you catch this point. Listen carefully. I am writing here byte B2 equal to 10. Everyone should answer. Here 10 is a what type? Is it byte or int? Here 10 is a what type? Byte or int? Many people are in confusion. It is a byte. No. This 10 here is int. Here 10 is int. After assignment operator completed, now here it is byte. Did you understand difference? You are in Naresh IT office front office. You are at Naresh IT front office. Okay. You are a student or Naresh IT student? You are just a student. After you took admission, then you are Naresh IT student. Okay. 10 is of what type by default? In by default, you are a student. After taking admission and joined in Naresh IT, now you are Naresh IT student. That means with the name of B2 in the next lines, 10 is of what type? Byte. Okay, na? At here, the 10 is not byte. 10 is not byte. 10 is int. Prove it, sir. Okay, I'll prove it. What the range of byte? What is the range of byte? Minus 128 to 127. Range, I'm not asking size. Size of the byte is 1 byte. Okay, size is 1 byte. Range means what range value it can store. Range is minus 128 to 127. Okay, na? Range is minus 128 to 127. That means you are allowed to store in a byte variable. You are allowed to assign a value to byte variable only in the range of minus 128 to 127 only. Okay, na? Now I am trying to assign byte B3 equal to some value 150. Bolo. What is 150? I am telling here it is int. After assigning, it is what? Byte. So observe, if I write 150 here, compiler will throw error. Possible lossy conversion from where to where? 150 is what type? Int. 2 byte. B1 of what type? Byte. Is it clear to all? Before assignment, the values are what type? Int. After completing assignment, the value is what? Byte. So clearly I have given, what you call practical. I have shown you what I am talking is right or wrong. Same way, try to answer now. I am trying to write short S2 equal to, I am writing here, let's say 10. Bolo, 10 is a what type here? Int. Okay. Now after assignment stored in S2, it is what? Short. Every point I am proving with real world understanding. One real world example I am taking to make you understand, and practical proof also I am showing from the compiler software. I am not taking any point assumption by myself. Okay, every point I am showing proof. Okay, now you are in Naresh IT office, not taking any admission. You are called just a student. After taking admission and joined in Naresh IT, stored in Naresh IT, then you are Naresh IT student. Prove it 10 is int type. Oh, well, wonderful, I'll prove. And now I'm taking some like big number. Okay, a big number I am taking, which is not in the range of short. Then compiler throw error. Possible lossy conversion from int to short. Now I'm entering into dangerous concept. Ready na? Definitely you will confuse. Are you ready? The number I have assigned here is what type number? Int number. Int data type also have a range na? Int data type also have range. You cannot store large numbers. Any large number cannot store in int. Int data type also have range. Now I'm writing int I2 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay, something I have taken like this, a big number, large number, 10 digit number I have taken, starts with 1. I am trying to store it. Any error? Come on. Any error? Any error? Any error? No error. Why? Because it is a integer. It is in the range of int. Can be stored in int. Listen carefully. It is a integer number. Integer number is in the range of int. That's why allowed to store. Carefully think. I am adding one more digit here. Then let me compile. Look at there. I got compile time error. What the error coming? Integer number too large. What does it mean? This number is not in the range of int. That's why throwing error. Did you notice previous errors and now errors? Previous error, when this number not in the range of byte, when this number not in the range of short, what was the error we got? Possible lossy conversion. Right? Earlier what error we got? Possible lossy conversion. That means earlier error is coming not for number. Error is coming for assignment. Listen carefully, very important point. Number is valid, but assignment is not valid. Number is valid, but assignment is not valid. Listen carefully. 150 is a integer number, is of by default what type? Int. It is in the range of int. So allowed here, this number is allowed, but not allowed to store. Understand, very important. This number is of what type? Integer. It is in the range of int data type. It is a integer. By default, it is int type. It is in the range of int. So number is valid, that cannot be stored in short, because short range cannot hold this big number. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? If you understand this point, I can explain you this 40-line. Number in the range of int, but assignment problem. Number in the range of int, but assignment problem. If you take this one, this case, bolo. If you take this case, what is the problem? Assignment is problem, or number itself is the problem? Come on. Try to respond. Assignment problem, number itself is problem. Number itself is the problem. Okay. What is the meaning of it? This number is a what type? Int type. Int type number. Nothing but it is an integer number of type int, but not in the range of int data type. It is exceeding the range of int data type. Okay. It is exceeding the range of int data type. So that's why compiler throwing error. Then tell me, can I write like this? Long L2 equal to, can I write like this? Long data type is meant for storing large numbers, na? Long data type is used for storing large numbers, na? So can I assign long L2 equal to number like this? Allowed? Wonderful. All the people committed mistake. Are Nana Buji, are Chitti, Mr. Gajni, Mr. Chitti Bobo. Assignment is not a problem. The number itself is the problem. Nana Chitti, Robo, think out of box. You all thinking this is large number can be stored in long. Here, storing is not the problem. The problem is number itself is the problem. This is considered as a what number? Int type number, and this number not in the range of int. Integer number, int type, not in the range of int. First of all, problem is what? Number is the problem. For example, somebody lost his conscious and fall down on the floor. Somebody running towards that body and telling that, let's go hospital, get up, let us go hospital, get up, let us go hospital. Array, if I'm in a position to go to hospital, why I need your help, Prabhu? The body now currently body is the problem. If stomach pain or some headache, if I'm in a position to walk, okay, I can come along with you. You can give me small help, I can come. But currently my position is I lost my conscience. I cannot move my body. You have to do some additional work. This number is not in the range of int. Even if you assign it to long, compiler will throw error. Integer number too large. Everyone got clarity? I should tell to compiler, it is a large number and it is in the range of long. Don't consider it as a int type number. Consider it as a long type number. Anybody tell me what to do now? Long L3 equal to, what should I do now? Excellent. You use cast operator. Wonderful, marvelous. Use cast operator. Okay. Use cast operator. Marvelous. Are tumri fellows, brainless fellows. Already told you, assignment operator, cast operator, both are same, no difference. When it is not work with assignment operator, how it can work with cast operator? Currently the problem with storing a problem with number. If I use a cast operator, this number will be considered as long after conversion. For example, if I write this much number, it is in the range of, it is a integer of type int in the range of integer. Now integer number converted to long and stored. Here it is long. After long operator, it is longer. After long cast operator, it is long. Right, left side is long, but right side is still it is a int. Do you understand? So tell me now. If I write 1, still we are getting error. Integer number too large. So assignment also will not work. Next one, what you should write? The hero of this discussion is coming into picture. Who is that? Suffix letter. Suffix character. So tell me, what is the difference between cast operator, assignment operator and suffix character? Assignment operator and cast operator will not initially consider value as variable type or cast operator type. Here 10 is of type int. Here 10 is of type int. Here these numbers are of type what? Int. If you wanted to consider the number itself as a long, then you must use suffix with L. Do you understand? This is a very tricky point. You need to pay attention to understand. Got clarity? Yeah? So assignment operator converts, cast operator converts, but suffix character not converting. It itself is telling what type. There is no conversion here. This number is not integer number. This number is long. Okay, now got clarity? Yeah? Assignment operator converting into 2 byte. Assignment operator converting into 2 short. Here not conversion. Here it is what? The number itself is a long, no conversion. It's not int, it itself is a long type. Long number can be assigned to long. You want proof? Okay, I will give you the proof. Int I3 equal to, I am assigning this number now here. Tell me, this number is what type? This number is what type? Long type. It is an integer of long type. Are you catching my point? It is an integer of long type. Look at their compiler talking in the long terminology. Hello Bujji Hari Krishna. Possible loss of conversion from where? Long to int. Now the problem is number, or problem is assignment. Now the problem with assignment, not with number. Number is not a problem. Assignment is the problem. Now this number is not considered as integer. This number considered as a long. Can I hope everybody understand? This is a very, very, very important point, difference between cast operator and suffix character. So many people are feeling that cast operator, suffix character both are same. So many people are feeling that assignment operator and suffix character both are same. No, suffix character is telling that what is its type. Assignment and cast operator meant for converting the type of the number. Okay, comfortable? Shall I write one statement here? Tell me now. I am writing here system.out.println. System.out.println 5. 5 is a what type? 5 is a what type? Int. Okay, na? Okay, I'll do one thing. Okay, for your understanding, let me use M1 method call. Okay. 5 is a what type? Int. So int param method is executed. Okay, int param method is executed. Next, and tell me M1 of below 5 of byte. I want clear clarity. I want you speak each character I have typed there. Here 5 is a what type? Here 5 is a what type? Ayyo. Many people are giving answer byte. Ayyo. Still you are doubt. Still you have doubt. Here 5 is of type int. After converting 5, here left side of cast operator 5 is byte. Right side is int only. Int converted to byte. Byte parameter M1 method executed. How to pronounce it? How to pronounce this entire statement? Here how to pronounce? Int parameter M1 method executed. Here how to pronounce? Int type value converting to byte, and byte param M1 method is executed. Okay, fine. The next tell me. I am writing here. Okay. First I want to show you output. Byte param method. Here 5 type is converted. 5 type int converted to byte. Byte param method. Now tell me now. Here I am writing short of 5. Below. What happened here? Int type value converted to short. Short param method, short param M1 method executed. Here type conversion has happened. Type conversion has happened. Okay, control 1, control 2. Look at there. Short param method is executed. Then next, expecting answer from everyone now. Here 5 is long type na? Here 5 is long type na? No. 5 is int converted to long and then executed long parameter M1 method. Okay, carefully think and tell me. Here I am writing not long cast operator. I am writing 5L. Bola. 5L. Any conversion happen here? No. It is itself is a long type number. Long type M1 parameter method is executed. There is no left side and there is no right side. Long parameter method executed. So carefully observe cast operator to suffix character difference. Okay, now to prove this point, once again I want it right here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Now this is a number in the range of int. So no problem. Int param method executed. Last int param method executed. If I add one more digit to here, then compiler throwing error. Compiler throwing error because assignment problem out of range of int. Out of range of int. So it is throwing error. Number too large. Sorry, I cannot take as a int type. Compiler telling that, or your integer I am considering as a int by, but it is out of range of int. What to do? Integer number too large. Okay, compiler, don't worry. You convert that int number to long type and use. Then again it is looking at your face very seriously, angry face. Tumri fellow, how is it possible? Right? I am telling the problem with the number. After this number I taken into my hand, I can do conversion. First of all, I am unable to take this number into my hand. Right? For example, there is a there is a hot coffee cup. Okay, there is a hot coffee cup. Oh, coffee cup, and I have to write like this. Okay. Okay, there is a hot coffee cup. Now up to the edge of this coffee cup, now the coffee given to you. Now tell me, can you hold this coffee cup? It's very hot. Pogalo coming. Java very hot in the market. Any languages are coming and going. Java is evergreen hot. Now tell me, can you hold it? Now you coming here with your two hands, two fingers, you touched it. Then what happened? Red color will come to your fingers. Why? Because this is not in the range of your hand. Okay, then what to do? If it has a handle, okay, if it has a handle, then you will hold this handle. Then safe, your fingers are safe. That handle is nothing but L. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? Not cast operator. What the cast operator now? Saucer. Saucer you can consider as a cast operator. When you take the saucer, you are not converted to coffee cup. You are using the saucer to hold this coffee cup. Okay, fine. So then here still you will get a compile time error. Just I am trying to make you understand with real-time examples. Somewhere your mind will be connected and open. Now here in place of this, I am writing L. Now program compiles successfully because it's a long type, long parameter method executed. Did you understand integer number too large? Integer number too large. And second point, you need to understand what the difference between assignment, cast operator, and suffix. Okay, one student has asked the beautiful question. I want to answer to him. How our mind maturity, okay? How our mind maturity nowadays. Okay, look at here. Mr. Vivek. Mr. Vivek has asked a wonderful, beautiful question. When he is asked this question, here, Vivek has asked the question at what time? 4:44. He raised a question and just I ignored him and I've continued the concept, okay? Because after this topic completed, I want to answer to him. Sir, why you are taking B2, S2, sir? Why this question remaining int param method? That is the proof. Where is that? Execute in pass int value, it will execute int param method. That is the proof. By default, integer number is of int type. Then sometimes in the project I need to use this 10 directly 10 as a byte type, 10 as a short type, 10 as a long type. How can I do that? You have to convert the type int to byte short long by using variable assignment, by using cast operator. How? Assign the value to the variable and do the cast operator. Then one twist point, third approach is what? Suffix character, by using suffix character. Now byte and short we can convert integer to byte and short from default type int only in two approaches, with assignment operator and by using cast operator. We cannot use suffix character. Java doesn't support suffix character for byte and short. Why it is not supporting, I will tell you, don't worry. The next 10L and 10L and 10 small l capital L you can use to convert into to long. The next, what is the difference between assignment, cast operator and suffix character? Either you use assignment or use a cast operator. They are meant for converting into to byte, into to short, into to long, but they don't represent that number as a byte. They don't represent number as a short. They don't represent number as a long. Okay, whereas suffix character will represent that number as a particular type. Okay, it's not doing any conversion. How can I prove that? Very simple. Assign 10 to byte. 10 is in the range of, okay, let me come here. Assign a large number to int, compiler throw error. Assign a large number to long, compiler throw error. It is throwing error not because of the assignment, it is throwing the error because the number is too large, not in the range of int. Then if you use cast operator, okay, if you use a cast operator also or assignment operators also, it is throwing, because they are not meant for represent this number as a long. They are just converting integer number to long, but it is not in the range of int. Okay, whereas here if I use what you call a suffix character, then it is, if you use a suffix character, then it is using what, this number itself has a what type, long type. Suffix character meant for representing the number type but not for conversion. So these are the points you need to understand. Final conclusion, here 5 is int, here 5L is long, whereas in all these three cases 5 is of type int, converted to byte, converted to short, converted to long. So these are the main important points you need to understand. I hope all points are clear. So first I given an introduction, clear understanding about all 4 data types and how to use them. Now look at here, byte B1 equal to 5, short, long. B1 byte param, S1 short param, L1 long param. Here 5, 5, 5, here also cast operator will work. With the suffix character not work, with suffix character long will work. Okay, then now if you come to the program, in the program you can assign like this, methods are executed. Okay, next story. In variable assignment, we must follow one rule, that is value type and range must be lesser than variable type range. Already we have tested here 150 and 15,000, I mean some 1,50,000 something I have assigned there. 5 is of type int, can be assigned to int. 5L is not int. 5L is 5L is what type? Long. Long cannot be assigned to int. Next, 5 is of type int. It is in the range of byte, allowed. 5 is of type int. It is in the range of short, allowed. Next, 500 is int, not in the range of byte. That's why error. 50,000 is of type integer, int, not in the range of short. That's why error. Short range is 32,768 to 32,767. Hence, we can store int values in byte and short variables in this above range only. Here 5L, not integer, it is a long range value. Even though value is 5, it is not int, it is a long. Long cannot be stored in a compiler throw error. This slide, all you understand, 2 slides? Can I move to the next slide? Very important slide. Special point on large integer number. Large integer numbers are also considered by compiler and JVM as int type numbers only. But large integers are not in the range of int data type. Hence, when we use large integer number directly, compiler will throw error. The compiler will throw error as integer number too larger. For example, SOPL and this number, integer number too large. Okay, many people are feeling that 11-digit number is not in the range of int. Hey, it is just a sample number I have taken. It's not 11-digit number. Tell me now. Here I taken 3-digit number. Every 3-digit number not in the byte range? No. 100 3-digit number in the range of byte. Okay, na? 110 is a 3-digit number in the range of byte. 120 is a 3-digit number in the range of byte. 130 not in the range. So every 3-digit number not in the byte range. Same way, every 10-digit number not in the range of int. Okay, for example, if I change here 1 to 9 I am taking, then compiler throw error. Integer number too large. So you must also know integer number range. What do you call a minimum range and max range you should know. That number not in the range of that integer, that you have to think. So just I taken 1 2 3, start with 1 2 3 for your easiness. Next, closely observe above statement. We have not used any variable assignment, but still we got error because this number range exceeds the range of int data type, hence we got error. To use a large integer numbers, we must suffix this number with a L. Then compiler will treat this large integer number as long type, not as int type. Because this number is in the range of long data type, we don't get error. Is it clear? So 5b, 5 years, hey, don't show your talent. 5b is not byte, 5s is not short, okay? Don't show your talent, Roy. 5 is int, 5l is long. Then 5e allowed, 5e allowed. Int can be assigned to int, int can be assigned to long. 5el not allowed, 5el allowed. Large integer, assignment is not problem, number is the problem, and with L no problem. Okay, fine. So these are all the very important points. Up to here I hope everybody got clarity. Then now I want to give conclusion, final conclusion. In the projects 99% of the time we will use, okay, in projects 99% of the time we will use int data type only, because we don't use the numbers, too large numbers exceeding the int range. Int I4 equal to, okay, int I4. Why I'm taking I4? Because up to I3 variables I have used, that's why I'm taking I4. Int I4 equal to, either you want to take short number, very small number 1, or very big, little bit bigger number, you take what? Int only. Already catch my point? If you want to store large numbers like mobile numbers, PAN card mobile numbers, Aadhaar numbers, bank account numbers, like large numbers if you wanted to store, then we will use long data type 1 2 3 4 suffix with L. Already catch my point? Suffix with what? L. So this is very important point for storing like regular numbers. For storing regular numbers, either okay, small, medium, either it is small or medium. Okay, regular number means small or medium, whatever. We use int. Okay, for storing large numbers we will use what? A long, comma, we must suffix that number with L. Then when should you use byte and short? Okay, when we must use byte and short? Very important. For regular programming we never use byte and short. In regular programming we will not use byte and short. Then why byte and short is given? We will use byte. We will use byte for sending data from Java program to outer world to save either in file or to send to network computer. Okay, or to send to network computer or network application, whatever. Repeating again, we will use byte for sending data from Java application to outer world, either to save either to save in file or to send to network computer application. Ravuji, accepted? So then why we need byte, sir? To send data in binary format. To send data in binary format from Java program to outer world. Any data, what type of data can travel in the network? Okay, data can be travel in the network and data can be stored in the computer only in zeros and ones format. For the purpose we use byte. And next, we never use a short. We never use short data type in our application. Never used. Okay, I have not seen short data type either in my career or in Java API. Anywhere we never use short. Then why short data type is given? Okay, for two reasons short data type is given. 2 bytes data, 2 bytes range data. If you want, strictly you want to store 2 bytes range. If you got a requirement of storing strictly only 2 bytes range data in your program, then you must use short. Earlier days we have something called processors now. So processor level data can be stored. Process level data is fixed 2 bytes range only. If at all Java language, Java programs, if you want to use for developing processor applications, you can use short. Okay, right? For processor level applications development, we can use short, but we never develop processor level applications, so we don't use short. And very interesting point, this point is you don't find anywhere. The byte and short data types are implicitly used by compiler for optimizing memory usage. Okay, the byte and short data types we don't use, implicitly used by compiler for optimizing memory usage. I'll prove that. Are you ready? I'll prove that. Are you ready to see? Look at here. Int I6 equal to 10 I have written. Are 10 in the range of byte na? Then why I need 4 bytes of memory? Okay, why I need 4 bytes of memory? 1 byte is sufficient, na? But as a regular programming practice, we are using int. But 3 bytes of memory is waste. Okay, compiler will do implicit optimization. Everybody know Java P command, how to use Java P command? If you want to read byte code, compiler generated code, byte code. Everybody know how to use Java P command? Java P class name. What is the name of the class? Test02. If I use Java P test02, what will happen? Okay, let me open command prompt for your understanding. D drive. Sorry. 4 p.m. data types. Open command prompt. Look at that. Java P already compiled na? Java C test02 dot class file generated. Dot class file generated. Dot class file created. Then now I'm reading byte code. Java P test02. If you want to read byte code, you should write Java P test02. Look at there. This Java P command is showing you only the declarations of the methods available in the class. Their logic is not showing, but I want to see the logic. If you want to see logic, you must use an option called hyphen verbose. Java P hyphen verbose. If I use this command Java P hyphen verbose, it will show you the complete code to us. How the compiler generated a background, JVM executing bytecode, everything will show to us. This is the constructor, and this is the main method. Main method, main method, main method, main method, main method, main method. Last, this is a line completed. Look at here. I have written what the statement here? Int I6 equal to 10. But observe here, compiler software pushing the 10, storing. Storing is called pushing, right? We are pushing this 10 into I6 variable, pushing. This 10 is pushed as int, as what type? B. B stands for byte. Okay, let me show you that. Now I am trying to write here. Int I7 equal to 500 I have written. Tell me, is 500 in the range of byte? No. It is in the range of short? Yes. Here, how many bytes of memory required? 2 bytes are sufficient. Then come here, clear screen. And again, you compile the code. Java P test02.java compile. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll hide this entire path so that easy for you to see the command. Compile. And then Java P hyphen verbose test02. Look at the last line. These are the methods. Go up. Look at the last. These are the line number table. Observe 500 push into int variable of what type? Short. SI push. What the meaning of SI push? Short into push. Byte into push. Wait. Did you understand? Now, if I write here 50,000, tell me, 50,000 not in the range of short. Now it is exceeding the 2 bytes. 50,000 takes 4 bytes, right? So then save it, compile again. Now BI push you, SI push you will not come. Compile, execute. What is coming? LDC. Some bytecode is coming, new bytecode is coming, LDC. So what the meaning of LDC? I too don't know. I have not to do any R&D on this. Just I come to know, okay, byte to short to not using. Okay, if you have interested, go and check what is the meaning of LDC. Okay. Are you catching my point? This is what? Int. Now observe. I am trying to store 50,000 as L. L stands for long. L stands for long. Then observe. Array long is, int is 2 bytes, but long is 8 bytes. And how many LDCs are required? Come on. How many LDCs are required? 2 LDCs are required. Na? Come on, Rabba. Int 4 bytes, 1 LDC. Long is how many bytes? 8 bytes. And how many LDCs required? 2. Go and check. Look at that. LDC2 underscore W. These are the byte codes. All these are byte codes. You no need to worry about the byte codes. Okay. Just read and leave it. Don't try to understand. Look at that. Here observe. BI push 10. I store into store. SI push 500. I store into store. LDC. I store into store. LDC2 underscore W. Which is store? Store it as int or store it as a longer. Store it as a long. Did you understand? Whatever compiler feeling implicitly, every point I am revealing to you. Sir, should I know all these points? This much time wasted, sir. Why you unnecessary teaching all this and wasting my time? I want to see some difference between you and others. I want to talk completely. You know, every point there in the textbook only if I teach. Every point there in the websites only if I teach. Then where is the difference between you and others? You should know at least 1 point additional to other students so that in a job you will get some edge, some benefit will be there. Okay, when you and your other friend performing same in the interview room, interviewer is now wanted to take decision whom should I select. For example, if you take IPL match, both teams scored the same score. Then finally one over additional coming, programming, For storing regular numbers, even it's a small or medium, we are going to use int data type only. You never see byte and short data types directly used in the program. Second, for storing large numbers, we will use long data type and the number must be suffixed with L. In regular programming, we will not use byte and short. We will use byte for sending only in the situation. We'll use byte only in the situation for sending data in a binary format from Java program to outer world, either to save in the file or to send network data. Okay, next, we never use a short data type in our application. Okay, for processor level application development, if you have any processor level application development, we can use short, but we never develop it. So in general, byte and short data types are implicitly used by compiler, not by programmer, for optimizing memory usage, and I have shown the proof. Okay, these are the most important points. In projects to store integer, we always use int data type. If you want to store large integer numbers, we'll use long. For storing account number, debit and credit card numbers, Aadhaar number, we choose long data type variable, suffixing value with L. In regular program calculation, we never use byte and short types. Short type is used for storing values for processor level calculations. Byte data type is used for sending data to store in file or to store data through network in terms of binary digits value. For example, our computer Java application has 5. This 5 has to be sent through the network to store in a remote computer application. That way, for that purpose, it has to convert it to zeros and ones. That zeros and ones will be converted and sending. For that purpose, byte will be used. Everyone understand? Now, final conclusion. Final conclusion. I want you tell me each data type. Chaka points. Okay. Open material. Open material. Volume. Okay, Xerox material 1. Oh, no, Xerox material 2. Xerox material 2. Whatever the points I have explained, all points are there in your material. Page number. Today class discussion started from Xerox material 2. Page number 16, 16. Okay, 16 onwards. Today, whatever the slides I have played, each and every point is there. In project to store integer number, we always use int type variable. Diagram, whatever shown. Compiler code optimization. Then, now, last points I want you to talk. Tell me now. Points. Point number 1. Tell something about byte data type. If somebody asks, tell something about byte data type. What the points will write? About byte data type. First, it is an integer data type. It is used for storing integer numbers. It provides memory 1 byte. It allows us to store values only between the range -128 to 127. To represent an integer number as a byte, we must use either assignment operator or cast operator. We don't use this data type in regular programming. We will use this data type only for sending data in binary format. That's it. These are the 6 points about byte data type. Tell me about short data type. First point. It is also integer data type. Second, for storing, it is used for storing integer number. Third, it will provide 2 bytes of memory. Third, its range is minus 32,768 to 32,766. Okay, it's nothing but minus 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. Okay, na? Somebody is asked the question, Madhuri has the asked question, sir, is it necessary to remember range of each data type? I didn't remember, that's why I open the table and typing in front of you. No one can remember this table, okay? If you want to remember only powers. 2 power 7, 2 power 15, 2 power 31, 2 power 63. Sir, how can I remember that power? Arey, come on, Baba, bytes. One byte is 8 bits, na? Okay? 1 byte is 8 bits. Minus 1, 7. Okay? 0 to 7, 8. Next 0 to 6, 15. Totally 16. 2 bytes means 16 bits. Right? 4 bits means 32 bits. 4 bytes means 32 bits. 8 bytes means 64 bits. Just minus 1, you remember the power. Okay? Simple. Next, if you want to convert integer number to floating, what you call a short, you have to use either assignment operator or cast operator. Next, now we never use a short data type in the program. Okay. Next one is what? Int data type. Tell me, it is first point, it is integer data type. Second, it is the default data type. It is a default data type. Third, it is also used for storing integer number only. Fourth, it provides 4 bytes of data, 4 bytes. It provides 4 bytes memory to store value. Fifth, range is, okay, big range is there, Baba. 21474836482, 21474836447. Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. That minus 1 is down, not above. Okay. And the next, for storing any integer number, we will use int data type only. The next, long. Tell me, long data type related points. It is also integer data type. It is also integer data type. Second point, it is not the default data type. Okay. Now it is used for storing large numbers. And next, we must suffix with capital L or small l to represent as long. To convert integer to, for conversion, we can use assignment operator or cast operator. Understand the difference? Okay. And fifth point, it provide 8 bytes of memory. 8 bytes of memory. And the sixth one, it provide the range minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. What the 2 power 63? Oh my God, big range is there. 922333 something number. Okay. So this is the important point. And this is the final summary table on integer data type, size, everything. Data type, size, range, and default value. Whenever you create variables, background, compiler and JME will assign some default values. What the default values will be assigned? For a byte and short and int, will default value 0. For long is 0L. So these are the points you need to remember, understand. So few points, okay? Few points you have to remember. Can I hope all people got full clarity on integer data types? Take screenshot. I am removing it. Now, what is the point we are trying to understand? Explain each data type. Where is that slide? Right click, open with. Look at there. Explain each data type, explanation on each data type, comparison with the C language. Very important. You should have some idea about C language. Now tell me, in a C language, integer data type size is changing from one processor to another processor. Compared to C language, in Java, int data type size is not changing from one processor to another processor. Hence in Java, int type size is fixed 4 bytes. Hence we can get always same output across all computers even though processor is changed. Hence Java is portable and robust. Hence Java is robust and portable, generating same value across all operating systems, all processors, and can execute. In a C language, int data size is changing. For 16-bit processor, its size is 2 bytes. For 32-bit processor, its size is 4 bytes. Because size is changing, we cannot get same result across all systems. Hence, C is not robust and not portable. So this point also I have mentioned here. To store integer number in a regular program, we will use either int or long data types, and by default int as an int type compared to C language. Same points. Can hope all people comfortable? Right, let us try to quickly complete. Let us try to quickly complete it. Float data type related points. Test 03. Okay, with integer data type points, I hope you can come to easily understand float data type. Tell me now. To store a floating point number 10.5. Okay, can I write it here 10.5 semicolon? No. Not a statement. 10.0. Compiler throw error, not a statement. Okay. If you want to store value 10.5, you must assign to a variable. Okay, I'm writing something called a equal to. Is it compiled? No. Compiler will throw error. Cannot find a symbol variable a. Then, first of all, if you want to store this value, you must create this a variable. You must create this a variable with some data type. Which data type I have to use? We have two data types. To represent floating point number, we have two data types, float and double. Then now my question, which data type I must use? If you wanted to use either float or double, first of all, you should know the type of the value, na? What the default type of the value you should know first. First of all, you should know what the default type. And tell me, how can I know the default type? Already shown you the clue. Boolean bo1 equal to what right here 10.5. Compiler only will tell you. Okay, compiler only will tell you. I don't need to tell, some other person don't need to tell. Any problem you have, any doubt you have, go and ask compiler. Hey compiler, you speak with me. Come on. Assign 10.5 to Boolean. Compiler smiling and telling, Abba, it's not possible. Ga? Double cannot be converted to Boolean. How? 10.5 is what type? Double. So tell me, to store floating point number, we have two data types, float and double. Among them, what is the default data type? Double is the default data type. So I am writing double D1 equal to 10.5. Compile successfully, executed successfully. Hello world message is coming. It's okay. Then now try to answer, sir. Is it possible to assign 10.5 to float variable? Like how I assigned 10 to all 4 integer type data types. I assign 10, the same int number to all integer data types. Like that. Can I assign 10.5 to all data types? I mean floated data type. Possible or not possible? Not possible. Why? Why? Okay. Observe now, very important point. Compiler will throw error here. Okay. 10.5 is a double. Possible lossy conversion from where to where? Possible lossy conversion from double to float. 10.5 is considered as a double, cannot be assigned. Why? You know, floating point number representation background in the JVM is different. Listen carefully. It is looking like a 10.5, but inside JVM, some more zeros are appended here. While storing this value inside JVM, some more zeros are appended. Whereas if you take 10.5 here as a float, those many zeros will not be there. It is looking like a 10.5, but implicit number of zeros, number of memory format is, memory architecture is different. Okay, let me convince you on this point. I'm writing 10 by 3. 10 by 3 I have written. 10 by 3 value is what? 3.3333 will come now. Okay, first I have to comment it. Control 1, compile, control 2. Array. Control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now, how can I tell to compiler, please consider 10.5 as a float and store? How you specify long suffix with capital L, small l? No, here also with a capital L. Okay, sorry, capital F. Now look at there, 10.5 F, compile successfully. Now how can I tell 10.0 F is a float? Take F. Look at there, compile successfully, execute. Did you see the difference? Number of floating point side. Fractional portion, number of digits, there is a difference. Na? Implicit representation of fractional portion side double and float, there is a difference. For that purpose, you cannot assign a floating point number directly to float. You have to use either suffix or you must use cast. Okay, if I use cast, below 10.5 is what type? Is it a float type or double type? Double type. You are converting to float and assign. I have to take different variable name F2. Did you understand my point? Tell me, how can we convert double to float? Double to float to convert, you cannot use assignment operator. You can use only two ways. Number one, using cast operator. Number two, by using what do you call a suffix character. Here double is converted to what you call float. Here no conversion. Number it itself is considered as float. Okay, so these are the points you need to remember regarding float. That's it. There is no much discussion on float. Now look at here. About floating point numbers. To store floating point number, Java supports two data types, float and double. By default, every floating point number is of double type. It means when we use a floating point number in a program, compiler and JVM will treat this number as the double type. Hence, we cannot assign floating point number directly to float variable. Compiler will throw error. For example, float f1 equal to 10.0, double d1 equal to 10.0. Float f1 equal to 10.0, compile time error, double d1 equal to 10.0, no error. To represent floating point number as a float type and store in float point number, look at that. To represent floating point number as a float type and to store floating point number in float variable, we must suffix f, small f or capital F to this number. Here 10.0 is not double number, it is a float number. To convert a float number to double, then you have to use float cast operator. Tell me what is the output of this program? Check out. Fast. What is the output of this program? Float parama, M1 of 5.6. What is the output? Float parama. Come on, are you there? Reply fast. M1 of 5.6. It is a float parama. M1 of 5.6, is it a float parama? I call the method Baba, I have overloaded two methods, M1 of float, M1 of int. I am calling M1 with 5.6. Then what is the output here? Float parama? Many people are telling that yes, float param. Array 5.6 what type of Buji? Double na? Compiler searching for a word. Double param method not there. So compiler throw error. How can I tell array 5.6 is please consider as a float? You must write with 5.6 EF. Then M1 of float output will come. Static void. Let me comment from here. float f1 float param and okay, double I will not write. First I'll write float only. I'm writing here m1 of 5.6. Then we'll get compile time error. Look at that, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion, line number 17. Yes, look at that, line number 17 error, m1 of 5.6 not allowed. So how to call float param method? By giving either suffix ef, compile successfully, float param method. And next, by using cast operator, float of float param method. Okay, can hope all people got clarity. So these are the very important points you must practice. All these points are there in the book, Bujay. I hope you will practice. Float point data types, same points are there in the material. And then size and data type. Data type size range default value. Float 4 bytes and a double 8 bytes. 0.0f, 0.0. Now I have a question. Tell me, in projects, will we use, in regular programming, will we use float? No. In regular programming, to store floating point number, we will use double. Why, sir? Array, if you use a float data type, every time you must suffix with small f or capital F. It is a burden to the main method caller, na? Main method programmer, user programmer, whoever calling your method, it will be a burden to that programmer. Every time you should write if suffix, additional character, small f, capital F. And second problem, what? It is a single precision data type. Float is a single precision data type, means 4 bytes. Then the number of floating point fractional side, number of digits we are losing now. If you run this program, now we are losing so many values if you take float. So accurate value if you want, then better choose what? Double. So that point I have mentioned here. So by default, every floating point number is treated as a double. If this floating point number want to be used as a float, method caller must explicitly suffix small f or capital F. It's a more burden to the programmer. If you choose a double, we no need to suffix any character. Float is a single precision data type, means it occupies 4 bytes. Hence, in large computations, we will not get a complete result. If you choose a double, because it is a double precision data type, means it occupies 8 bytes, we will get complete result. Note, if you ensure the result range within the float range, you can choose a float data type to save the memory, but still it is not recommended. How much memory you are saving? Just 4 bytes, but you will get terabytes of memory given by the user. Your client will give you terabytes of memory, so no need to worry about that 4 bytes of memory. Is it clear? So these are the story about what you call, we completed each data type understanding: byte, short, int, long, float, double. So we completed 6 data types, and tomorrow we will try to understand char, boolean, array, and class. Is it clear to all? Any questions in today's class? Already comfortable? So if you have any more doubts, confusions, you can post in our group.